So it is October the 3rd. This is part 2 of my I'm so glad God has blessed me to move video, because this is my car and I just want you to see what I have to park next to on a daily basis, because I live in a trifling area. This is what I deal with all the time with my neighbors, with the people that I share a building with. Do you see what I deal with? Like, just trash everywhere, God. Just trash everywhere. They put holes in the fence so they can come through. Like, just, this is what I deal with on a regular basis. And the maintenance people come out here every once in a while to clean it up, because no one fucking cares. Just trash everywhere. You see all that trash back there? All that trash back there is trash even on the other side of that truck. This is what they do. The nigga right there with the green truck, yeah, he come back here and he fix people's cars and just throw shit everywhere. He don't care about where the fuck he live at, but he make money out here fixing cars though, but he won't clean up and keep the place looking presentable, and nobody else that lives back here either. Just trifling. Just fucking trifling. This is what the fuck I deal with. Just wanted you to see on this rainy day. On a rainy day, you can still see. Just don't care. They sit up, they come out here, throw their bottles, their cans, their bags. They just don't fucking care. And I don't mean to cuss. I'm trying to stop. But lately it's been so hard. Yeah, this man been putting his car here since he moved here. And he's damaged the grass, the yard. It's the freaking hole in the yard that fills up with water when it fucking rains, because he's too lazy to park his car on the street or in the back parking lot. Just lazy. Just lazy. And the landlord don't care, because he been doing it for 2 years now and they ain't said nothing. I think it's been 2 years. Has it been 2 years since they lived here? See back there? Look at it. But I don't know if that's so much the people in my building or the people in that building that's contributing to trash over here. So I'm not sure about that right there. But all this other stuff, I mean, but even that included, it's still our area. It's still our neighbors. It's still where you live at. Like, why you wanna not keep where you live, where you call home, where you reside, where you gotta go to every day and live? Why wouldn't you want it to remain clean, decent, and in order? And when I tell y'all I have been out here picking up trash, when I tell you I sweep downstairs. When it snows, I come out here and shovel these motherfucking steps myself, because I'm not depending on nobody else to help me. But it's just ridiculous. Just look at the fucking hallway. Just look at this. All behind the fucking door. Just fucking trifling. This is what the fuck I deal with. This shit. This shit. Don't pay Bruno mind. Say hey, Bruno. Bruno say bring your ass upstairs. But just this. Look. Don't sweep the steps. Nothing. Nothing. I'm tired of doing it. I refuse to do it anymore. I'm just done. This. I think they live in a house. Who does this? Who do this shit? Look how close the doors are. Who do this? Who do this? That's my artwork. I'm packing my stuff, y'all. My house look a little trifling right now. I got clothes everywhere, but I ain't gonna lie. I usually always have clothes on this area right here, just not as much. It's a suitcase under here that I got clothes in, because I'm moving. But I needed something out of the suitcase on my way to work, so I just had to hurry up and get stuff. But yeah, I'm packing so I can leave, because God has blessed me to move. So my house look real raggedy right now. A lot of boxes everywhere. Just took my trash out because it was looking so crazy. But I just wanted to even videotape for myself as a reminder of one day when I'm in the place that I'm going to move in. If I ever regret or have a bad day or feel like uh, uh, something's going on as far as where I live or what I'm doing, or complain about how much I pay for rent or whatever the case may be. And hopefully I won't complain about how much I pay for rent, because I know it's more than this, but I knew that before, I agreed to it. And I just really believe God is telling me that I need to stop boxing myself in, and that it is time for me to move forward. Not only move forward, but move upward. Like, when I first moved here, I didn't like it. I was very uncomfortable. For the first 3 years, I didn't even hang nothing on the wall. Like, I just didn't make it a living space. I didn't make it a home. I just made it a living space. But a couple of years ago, I think mostly during COVID, I just, was tired of being in the house, trying to find stuff to do and things like that. And I started painting more and doing my arts and crafts more. And so I started to say, you know what, maybe I should make this place feel more like a home for me, even though I don't want to be in this neighborhood anymore. So I started doing that, and then I been going through some things and stuff like that. So for the past year or so, I've probably been saying I said to myself, I think it's been a year, maybe something like that. I started saying to myself that maybe this is it for me. Maybe I won't leave from this environment, which has become so toxic to me. It's become so toxic to my spirit, to my psyche. Even I think some of my physical illness is coming from my environment. So I didn't think that was going to change no time soon, because I wasn't seeing no way out for me as far as financially, because I'm still a dental assistant. Went to school to get my CDLs. That didn't pan out, and just it seemed like everything I tried to do to make myself more financially stable and more financially able to do other things, as in get my own house, get a better car, and things like that. It just wasn't happening to me. God finally blessed me with another car. Well, I was happy with my truck, but I don't want to get into that. I was happy with my truck, but God did bless me with another vehicle that is more current, 2015. Love it, but I still thought I was gonna be stuck here. But anyway, one day, and I'm a backslider. Maybe I should put that in there. I'm a backslider, so I lost both of my fathers, and I was doing good for a while. And I don't know if it was necessarily good. I think I was going through the motions. I think I was in autopilot, so to speak. But about a year or so after, I don't even think it was a year or so, a couple of months after both of my fathers died, I was doing good, trying to stay strong, going through the motions, like I said, on autopilot. But then COVID hit, and eventually I had to leave my job. CDC threw us out, and I was staying at home, and a lot of things started to happen to me, physically and emotionally. I think I wasn't dealing with the deaths. I think I was just letting life handle it for me as I kept moving forward. And being at home every day, being by yourself and your thoughts and your feelings, emotion caught up with me. Losing both of my fathers, and depression and other things tried to set in, and I was fighting it very hard, trying to keep myself busy, getting in a relationship that I shouldn't have been in, which was making me physically, emotionally, and mentally sick as well. I had to leave him alone. I started getting better physically, but I still had the emotional and psychological stuff that I had to deal with. And depression started to set in, but not as deep. It was like a first layer depression. And once I start my YouTube channel, I'm gonna go into that. But anyway, just life happened, and I started doubting myself and who I am, because when you backslide, you lose touch with the relationship you have with your father, because you're not talking to him, you're not consoling You're not using him to console you. You're not using him to cast your cares and worries and fears upon him. So you carrying all the burden on your own, and it becomes overwhelming. And I started to believe that maybe this is it for me. Like I was gonna basically retire here and die here. I kind of like saw myself as a 60, 70-year-old still climbing these same steps. So one day, a situation happened, and I can't pinpoint exactly what the situation was, but a situation happened. And one Saturday, and God love to deal with me on Saturdays. I just thought about that. Sorry, an epiphany. But he said to me, I woke up one Saturday and I was just sitting in the bed, just thinking, just trying to have some peaceful time. And I heard the Lord say, clearly, he said, now that you know I'm still with you, go back to church. And I'm telling you, I was like, what? And that, me and God, he know me. He know who I am. He know how I talk. He know how I think. So we got our own special relationship. So I was like, say what? So what? Because sometimes, you can hear a thing and not sure that you heard that thing from the right person or that you heard exactly what you heard. So I asked God to repeat himself, give me confirmation. He said, now that you know I'm with you, go back to church. It took me some Sundays. It took me a couple of Sundays to get myself together, to get myself emotionally and spiritually ready to go back to church. But I wasn't totally prepared. I just said, you know what, Chris? God said, go back to church. Put on your clothes. You ain't got to work. Put on your clothes and go to church. I put on my clothes. I went to church. The Lord was definitely in the building. He definitely touched me. And the pastor told me, and it was Prophetess Yolanda Reese. Or is it Prophetess Pastor? Or is it just Pastor Yolanda Reese now because she went from Prophetess to Pastor? But anyway, she told me during her sermon that I came back to church at the right time. She said, you came back to church at the right time because something was going on in the spirit realm and God wanted his people to be on one accord. And even though I didn't go to church that next Sunday, I still went on time. But that brings me back to when God say move, you supposed to move. Like, to be honest with you, I ain't patting myself on the back because I could have moved 2 Sundays before I did move. Like, I could have went 2 Sundays before I actually went to church. But God shows grace. Thank God he does. Thank him that he does show grace. But I ain't gonna make this. I'm just talking. But that's why I want my own YouTube channel, y'all, because it's so much on the inside of me that God has instilled, that he has allowed me to tap into, that has been there, but I didn't realize that the things I have been through in life, the things I have experienced, the things I have seen, the things that I have educated myself on, or someone else has, just on life experience, period, that I have come to realize because of my church and my leaders and God and him instilling a lot of stuff in me, that it's not just for me. And it's not just for my children that I tell, but it's for multiple people who God has me to touch, to reach, to speak to, for whatever reason that he allows me to reach these people. Is something that I know, is something that I experienced, is something that I've dealt with, that I have a hands on, that I can give to you. And it has to be that way because I can't speak for anyone else. I can only speak for what me and God have done together, and what he has shown me, and what I have seen, and what I have been told, and what my spiritual intuition tells me, which is God know that I don't want to be a false person. So I don't like to dibble and dabble in things that I don't know nothing about. If I know a little bit about it, I'm going to say what I know about it. And if I don't know about it, I'm going to say I don't know about it. But we can all do research and find out. So that's just the gist of it. But God has really did in these past couple of months that I have went back to church and started praying again and meditating. Need to get on that meditation more. Meditating more and reading my word when it comes to mine, and I'm saying affirmations when I think about it. I have an affirmation in my bathroom that's been there for probably like 3 years now. Sometimes when I think about it and I see it, I'll turn around to it because it's right on my wall by my mirror and say it and speak it out loud, because affirmations, whether you really believe them in your heart or not, when you say them, it creates that belief. You might not have that belief or that faith in your heart or even in your mind or in your spirit at the time, but when you say it, and it creates that belief that I am a child of God. I am fearfully and wonderfully made. I am loved. I am loved by Christ. He loves me. He forgives me. I can cast my cares upon him. Whatever your affirmation is, when you say it over and over and over again, it resonates in your spirit. That first day, you might only feel it the size of a mustard seed, but as you continue to say it and as you continue to manifest it in your mind and your heart, because you're saying it out your mouth, you will believe. I remember an evangelist at my church, Medea, I love her so. She was saying something about God, I lost my train of thought. Help me, Holy Ghost. She was saying something about she used to always say, you speak. Oh my goodness, I forgot my train of thought. And that might be my cue to stop this recording. But I just God has been good to me. It has come full circle. When this situation came up for me, what happened was I have been behind on my rent, and I have been using the rent relief program to help me get caught up on my rent. Well, in the process of me going through the rent release process, it took almost a year, probably that. For some reason, I don't know why, they decided not to help me. So that back rent, they put a notice on my door to go to court. I was gonna pay the rent because I had got a second job. Like I had just got this second job right before this notice came. I probably had this second job for 2 weeks, and I was like, I emailed her, which I had done this before. Emailed her, look, I can give you half of what I owe you by Friday, but I'm gonna need like a couple of weeks to come up with the other half, because on my second job I get paid weekly. So with that, both jobs combined, I could have really got everything paid probably within 6 weeks. So, but once again, in my bed, because I think the Holy Spirit deals with me when I'm in my bed, because that's my most quiet time. Usually if I'm not in my bed, I'm out and about doing something, working something, in my mind, in my ears, or I should say my spirit, my ears might not be conducive to hear what the Spirit is saying, because you gotta be still. You gotta have quietness, and I ain't necessarily mean like no type of noise at all, but be still. You gotta be still to hear. So I heard the Spirit tell me that just because I can afford to pay the money back, to pay the money for my rent to stay here, don't mean I should. Like, I can, the Spirit was telling me, just because you can do it, I think that was almost the exact words. Like, just because you can do it, don't mean you should. The Spirit really started to deal with me that day about, do you really want to stay here? Do you really want to turn your back on this opportunity to move forward, not be here where you've been trying to leave for years? And so I thought about it, and I was like, you know what, Holy Ghost, you're right. Why would I want to spend a couple of $1,000s to save my residence where I'm at now, just because I've been here since 2016, when I could use that money to move? And I started doing some research, started looking for places, and I work in another city. And I was like, you know what? The vibe over there, I'm really, I feel like my spirit is drawn to that city now. And not necessarily the Newport News. It could be Hampton. I just got I feel more at peace. I feel like my spirit feels safer, more content, more calm, more aware, more accepting, and I just know Norfolk is not for me anymore. My spirit has become heavy. My aura to me is dark. Um, Even though I can lighten it up, praising God and stuff like that, I can lighten it up. But it's heavy. The environment is tainted. It's toxic. And I want a new. And I believe God wants this new with me. That's why he wants me to leave, because I need a new. I need a new. And I just thank God for everything he has done for me, blessing me, making a way for me when there was no way. And I am so grateful and honored. And this video, for some reason, my YouTube channel keeps coming up in my mind as I'm talking to this camera or this phone. So definitely I really believe that a YouTube channel is coming up for me. I think I have a lot of things to talk about as far as spirit and emotion and hurt, pain, suffering, a lot of things. My poetry and how it's my therapy. I think everybody has something that they do or could do to motivate them to trigger positivity and elegance and just goodness and greatness out of them. So just talking this past, I don't know how long it's been, but it's just been helping me realize that me talking into this thing has really helped me. So why not do a YouTube channel where you can help someone else? So Crystal, get started on your YouTube channel. Start doing some research. You need to get in touch with Monroe Storm and get in touch with Junior, because Junior know how to start a YouTube channel, and go from there and get my content together and just start doing some outlining and things of that. Definitely gonna be a motivational YouTube. I'm there to inspire, to encourage. I have a book called At the End of Hope I Found Purpose. Everything on the back of that book, that's basically my motto. I'm here to inspire, to encourage, and to uplift. I am here to bring people hope. Hope for today, hope for tomorrow, hope for the future. Thank you for listening to me, even though I know I'm talking to myself. You guys be blessed. I love you. Good night.